Hello and good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for joining with us today. My name is Alin Raju. I'm the lead solution engineer from Jobin and Jismi, and I'll be guiding you through today's session. We have planned a roadmap session following a Q&A session at the end. I am pleased joined by Angel Mariya, who is the project manager, and she will be supporting in the discussion of the Q&A segment. So in this session, we are going to walk through some of the major AI enhancements packed into NetSuite's 2026.1 release, which will help streamline our business process. That I think most of you have joined. Let's get started with this meeting. So, before we jump into today's session, let me give an introduction about our company. Uh, we are a certified Oracle NetSuite solution provider with a proven track record of 13 years. We have deep expertise in ERP. We have successfully delivered 500 plus projects across 400 clients globally, backed by a highly skilled team of 220 plus NetSuite professionals. We have also certified partners with Siligo and are proud holders of NetSuite Expertise Badge. What sets us apart is our end-to-end approach to NetSuite when it comes to your implementation, customization, integration, as well as administration also. Our clients trust is simply their business process, and we simplify their business as well as give tailored solutions with aligns with your growth strategy. Today, we are very much excited to highlight how NetSuite AI capabilities can transform and optimize your business process. So, moving to my next slide. So, that's what we have on deck. Here is a roadmap for today's session. So, we'll start with the strategy context. Why Oracle NetSuite is investing so heavily in AI, and then go feature by feature. I'll flag which features are that need to be enabled by default and some that needs to be switched on. As I explained my previous slide, at the end we'll have a 15-minute questionnaire. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat anytime you want. Okay. So welcome to NetSuite Next. This is Oracle's NetSuite's vision for the future of ERP. With the 2026.1 release, NetSuite is taking a major step forward by embedding AI directly into the platform, making everyday work more intelligent, intuitive, and efficient. In the next few minutes, we will explore how these innovations are transforming the NetSuite experience through smarter insights, natural interactions, and data automations. So that's about NetSuite Next, and we'll be going deeply into the features in the next slides. So what's the big picture? Before we specifically dive into each specific feature, it is worth understanding about the broader vision. With NetSuite's 2026.1 release, it has been clear that AI is now part of the core platform. AI is simply built into the tools you already use. NetSuite Next rests on three pillars. One is natural language, which you can ask questions in everyday words, and finding information feels like having a quick conversation with NetSuite. The other one is generative AI. The system creates the contents for you. Narrative insights and text enhanced turn complex data into easy to read summaries as well as polished explanations. The third pillar is the agentic AI. This is where things get really exciting. The platform actively monitors your data and flags in if there is any anomalies, detects if there are any exceptions, and even helps automate financial close tasks. So, what we can say in short is that NetSuite AI is here to make your work really faster, build smarter decisions, and making it easier to use. So now let's dive into and see how these features comes to life. Let's take a look at the narrative AI narrative. It's one of the powerful AI capabilities NetSuite has in this feature update. So just imagine that you are a finance manager reviewing your month-end reports and trying to give quickly understand what changed. So whether the revenue has moved, uh, what risk needs more attention, and where opportunities really exist. So instead of spending time analyzing each row of numbers manually, what if NetSuite could like instantly explain the key insights? So that's exactly what AI narrative insight is designed to do. Now, giving you a broader picture of the overview on AI narrative insights, this feature you will notice right away in your this items or in reports. Instead of staring at endless row of numbers, NetSuite now gives you a clear written summary that tells you exactly what matters in the report. It works across your financials, your sales, inventory, CRM, or even your payroll. So what is the beauty of it? You don't need to set anything up. It's on by default. You have to just open the supported report and just click on the generate insight feature. So this means that there is less time decoding your existing spreadsheets and more time acting on what's really important. So as of now, the official release notes that mention that it's available in US and Canada. But interestingly, we have seen rollouts in the Australian as well as Indian accounts as well. So as you're upgrading your rollouts, keep an eye out so that narrative insight could be ready to transform the way you read and understand your data from day one onwards. So just going to the another feature of narrative insight. So we'll just deep dive into the department wise features. Yes, finance. For finance team, this feature is a real game changer. So like picture generating your monthly P&L and instantly receiving a clear written summary that points out top revenue drivers, highlights which cost centers are trending upward, and even it flags your potential risk. So instead of spending hours piercing, together insight from the rows and numbers, system does the heavy lifting for you. You can still review and fine tune the narrative, but the foundation is already being built within NetSuite. It's not just finance that benefits. The leaders in operations and operations managers, your sales team, can now really understand the financial reports without needing a detailed walkthrough. The insights that are provided are written in your plain language and making it complex data accessible to everyone across the organization. This means that you take faster decisions, gives better collaboration, and you have less time in translating your data. So, narrative insights bridges the gap between numbers and understanding, turning reports into stories that anyone can act on. So when we are talking about the inventory and supply chain and how narrative insights helps out for the supply chain and warehouse teams, the new inventory narratives are a huge one. So like imagine that you're landing on a location page and instead of digging through all those reports, the system instantly tells you which items are running really low, what the financial impact looks like, and which products are at the risk of shortage. You don't have to run a manual report. So the insights are directly delivered right to you. It gets even better. The system can even suggest the safety stock adjustments, helping you stay ahead of your potential disruptions and stock shortage. These narratives appear automatically as you navigate so that information comes to you in context. That means you have less time chasing all those data and more time making smart, proactive decisions. And for busy warehouse and supply chain teams, this feature turns routine checks into really actionable insights, keeping operations really smoother and inventory much more healthier. And your team can focus on what really matters. So now going to the CRM part, narrative intelligence isn't just for like finance. So as I explained in the previous slides, it's all for all department. It extends across all your businesses. In sales, when it regards to your sales reps, can instantly see which customers are performing their best. So and which products are driving revenue, and where export or extra support might be required. This means that less guesswork and more focus on the right opportunities. In the CRM part, when a support ticket is being reassigned, the new team member doesn't start from the scratch. They receive an AI generated case summary that even captures customer sentiment. This saves valuable time and helps deliver faster and more personalized service. For the payroll teams, AI steps into simplifying complex tasks. Summaries of total payroll cost or the liabilities make reconciliation and compliance check quicker and gets more accurate. So, what's the big picture here? So, the narrative intelligence transforms your raw data into clear and really actionable stories across your departments. So, another AI feature has been rolled out is the intelligent close manager. So, if your team has ever missed a step during your period close, especially the finance teams, maybe an unbilled project charge was there, or there was an invoice that slipped through. This new feature is designed for you. So the intelligent close manager is a dashboard portlet that gives you a real-time view of exactly where you are in the close process, broken down by your entity. It really appears on your dashboard within on your finance role. But it's more than just a progress bar. It actively tells you what still needs an attention and links you directly to the relevant transaction or a saved search. That means no more hunting around and wondering what's left to do. System guides you step by step in the closure process. Unlike AI narrative insights, this feature does not need to be enabled in your setting, but it's as simply as checking a box under the accounting features. Once it's on, you'll have a smarter, more transparent way to manage period close, saving your time as well as reducing your risk. That is another highlighted feature from NetSuite in this update. So another one of my favorites is the exception management. So nowadays, payment fraud is one of the biggest concerns for finance teams, and NetSuite has stepped up with a smarter protection. The exception management module, which already scans your transactions for unusual activity, now adds a sharp focus on payment risk. Here is actually how it works. So, just giving you an example, if a vendor bank details change right before a payment run, the system immediately flags it. That's kind of a subtle change that can slip past a manual review, especially during a busy month end closure. With this automated checking, you get a mind knowing that the system is watching out for the risks in real time. It's a targeted safeguard that saves time and reduces the stress and helps prevent costly mistakes. So, if you haven't yet enabled the exception management, this release is the perfect moment to do so. With the payment risk monitoring built in, your finance team can stay on step ahead of any frauds that's going to happen. So that's one of the exciting features. Now another feature that is GenAI Bank Matching system. So most of you are already familiar with bank feeds for importing transactions and also reconciling your accounts. So what's a new feature in the 2026.1 release is how AI takes the process to the next level. So generative AI now analyzes the richer text fields in your bank data, such as your memo lines, payer names, and payment references. to dramatically improve your auto matching engine. So what is the result? Far fewer transactions left sitting in your unmatched queue at the month end. But that's not what it is. You now have much more flexibility and control over how your bank feeds work. You can schedule your imports to align perfectly with your workflow, trigger a manual refresh whenever the latest figures, and even mute those daily email notifications if they are really cluttering your inbox. Together, these enhancements mean faster reconciliations, cleaner data, and smoother close process. It's smart automation that adapts to the way your team works. So, next feature is related to enterprise performance management. For those of you who are using NetSuite DPM, the 2026.1 release brings you some truly powerful AI upgrades. Account reconciliation now has an AI assistant that takes care of the setup work for you. When a new GL account is created, the system automatically assigns it to the right preparer, applies it the correct format, and even sets a risk rating based on what it has learned from your previous periods. There's also a smarter AI-powered transaction matching engine. So instead of stopping at the standard rules, it looks deeper to find likely matches you might otherwise miss, cutting down your manual effort and improving your accuracy. And one of the biggest time savers is the Gen AI's flux analysis within NetSuite. It automatically writes clear explanations for any material balance movements, which is a huge help when preparing for your audits. Together, these features reduce your repetitive work, improves accuracy, and free your teams to focus on higher value tasks. So the next feature is also related to the enterprise performance management. Within the EPM suite, the planning and budgeting gets a major boost from the AI. The new forecasting model doesn't just give you a number; it shows its working capability. You'll see which variables are driving the forecast, so your finance team can sense check the outputs and with real confidence and trust those results. So when it in case of profitability and cost management, there are two brand new AI assistants that make life easier. The first helps you build cost allocation models simply by describing what you want in just plain language, and there is no complex setup required. The second explains also in the plain English how costs are flowing through your allocation model. That's incredibly really useful when a business unit manager asks, why am I being charged for this? Instead of digging through your formulas, you get a clear narrative that everyone can understand. Together, these features deliver significant productivity gains for the organization. So another feature is the LLM connectors with the analytics warehouse. For the data and analytics enthusiasts, this release brings something really truly exciting. And the NetSuite has introduced an AI connector service that uses the model context protocol, or in otherwise you say MCP, as an open standard to let external AI tools like your Claude or GitHub or Copilot securely querying your analytics warehouse data. Think about what that means in practice. You could ask your AI assistant to compare your actual financial against the market data from a competitor's SEC filing, all in plain language, without needing any complex queries. It's a whole new way of interacting with your data. And the analytics warehouse itself has leveled up within NetSuite. The data capacity has grown significantly, giving you room to store and analyze more information. New pre-built reports and templates gives your faster time to insights, so you can get answers without starting from the scratch. And add on to that, the interface has been redesigned to be more intuitive. making it easier for both administrators and everyday users to navigate. Together, these enhancements make analytics smarter, faster, and far more accessible, that I would say. So, just want to summarize all those AI features what we discussed. So let's bring everything together now. So this slide gives you a quick reference across all the AI features included in the 2026.1 release. The great news is that most of these enhancements are available with your standard NetSuite license with no extra costs or no hidden add-ons. For features like intelligent close manager and exceptions management, all it takes is a simple one-time tick in the enable features menu to activate them, as you know. The EPM AI capabilities are available if you are using the EPM suite, and the LLM connector requires the analytic warehouse add-on. So whether you are into your finance operations, sales, or into analytics, there is something here designed to make your work faster, smarter, and easier. So if you're unsure which features are included in your license, so that's a perfect follow-up conversation to have with us after today's session. So we'll help you map out what's available and how to get started. Yeah. So now let's just talk about the upgrades. If you don't, I'll give you an insight on that. So every customers will be upgraded between the initial months till April, with 20% moving in each wave, and the final 40% will be completed by this month, which is April. You'll always get 3 weeks notice before your specific upgrade date, so there's time to prepare. My strong recommendation is to request a release preview environment right away. So this lets you explore all the new features safely using your own data and configurations before they land into production. So you don't want to test with your customer production accounts. It's the best way to see exactly what to expect. And if you would like a deeper walkthrough of any feature, we are really happy to arrange that for you. So just want to give you a steps on the upgrade checklist. So regarding your finding your upgrade date, you can check your mail or the new release portlet, which is under the personalized dashboard. You can see the new release option. You can really request your release preview by just going into the setup company and the release preview and test your own features with your own data. So you can review your release notes by going into NetSuite Help Center and 2026.1 release notes. And you can plan your feature enablement, decide which AI features to turn on at the go live versus your post go live. You can train your key users with the finance, whether it's operation leads and CRM admins, so that get familiar with those AI tools. Reach out for a guided walkthrough. You can contact us for a demo in your own environment. So that's about the preparation guide. Yeah. So that comes to the end of our today's session. So just want to give you about our company's overview on implementation. So at Jobin and Jismi, we bring deep NetSuite expertise. We specialize in complete digital transformation from requirement analysis uh, to your go live and hypercare support. Our team manages the full implementation journey. What makes the difference is the tailoring. We adapt NetSuite to fit your workflows, not the other way around. Whether it's dashboards for your managers, custom forms for your compliance, or integrations. And if you want your mobile apps, we have done it all. And we are very fluent in suite scripts, suite flows, and suite analytics. So customization is a second nature. We also handle structured data migrations with precision, ensuring everything is validated and ready for your go live. So training and change management are part of the packages too. So we work on hands-on with your team so that they know how to use the system and get real value from it. And after go live, we don't just disappear. Our ongoing support keeps you optimized with NetSuite release. And as I said, we provide you with the new AI features, and we give you the updates on that. So whether you're replacing your legacy system or just modernizing manual workflows, Jobin and Jismi is your partner in making NetSuite deliver real operational and reporting results. So we just don't focus on implementation. We are just transform your business. So now let's move on to the second session, which is the QA. So I'm just wrapping up the walkthrough of the 2026 features. I would love to open the floor for any questions that you might have, whether it's about your features that's being discussed, or if you have any questions regarding implementation specifics, any use cases regarding licensing or integrations. Feel free to drop your questions now in the chat. Uh, if any questions, you can drop it now. Yeah, we are moving to the QA session. So I'm handing over to Angel now. So Angel will take your questions now. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Alin. So that was a great walkthrough, and it gives a solid picture of what is coming in 2020.6 6.1 release. So I think we can start with our Q&A session. So feel free to drop your questions. Okay, so here is the first question. So what exactly is AI narrative insights? Does it mean NetSuite will now write my financial report for me? So coming to this question, so the answer is somewhat yes, but it's more accurate to say it writes a plain language summary of your financial report rather than generating the report numbers themselves. So NetSuite still pulls your actual P&L balance sheet or inventory data as it always says. So basically, it pulls the data from your actual financial report or the sales or, report. So what's new is that alongside those numbers, you will now see you are now able to see the AI generated panel that explains what the number means. Like revenue is up to 12 percentage. Likewise, you are able to see some narratives. So it also highlights the top findings and key risk and opportunities all in a plain English. So this is especially useful for non-finance team members like CEO or operation manager who needs to understand the bottom line without having to interrupt it rows or figures. So I think it's as a built-in analyst that add context to every report automatically. So so this is basically a narratives do. You can consider it as a explanation for your actual report. So I think we can move on to the next question. Okay, I think the next question is, we are a small business. Are these features only useful for large companies, or is there something here for us too? Okay, so honestly, some most of the impactful feature is 2026.1 are benefit for the smaller team as well. Because small business often don't have any dedicated finance analyst or operation manager for a large accounting team to interpret the reports or catch errors. So a narrative insights mean a business owner or a single person finance team get automatic plain English summaries on their P&L and inventory. So here we can avoid the need of an analyst. So GenAI Bank Matching reduces the time of your team spent manually matches the bank transaction, which is a real pain point at any company size. So Then coming to the next one, the payment detection. So most of the small companies, there won't be any specific tool or product for doing the fraud analysis. So this feature will help you to do those things. So the features that are less relevant at the small end are the EPM AI agent. For this case, if they are using it, then we can make it useful. For otherwise, it's a built-in. It's a add-on feature. So if you are using it, they can use it. So absolutely, this can be useful for a small business. Okay, here is the next question. So, how accurate is the AI narrative? Can we trust it for board reporting or senior leadership? So narrative insights are generally built from your actual report, like P&L and actual sales report and as well. So the numbers, the percentage comparison, all are based on some actual data. So it should be accurate. However, we always recommend treating it as a first draft rather than as a final output or final decision point. For board level reporting, you still want to want your finance team to review and provide a context to the narrative. Otherwise, it may interpret it differently. So think it as a powerful starting point, and you can save your time. The next question is, will this AI features work with our existing customization and suite apps? So in most cases, the answer is yes, but the AI features they're built on top of the NetSuite standard reports and data structures. That said, heavily customized environment like there are a lot of custom records or non-standard GL structures or complex suite script or customization. All those work testing in your release preview environment because sometimes it interpret differently. So as NetSuite recommends, you have to use your release preview account for your testing, and you can confirm whether it is correctly providing the answers or things, and you can confirm it before you using it in your actual environment. So here we have one more question. If you wanted to get this AI features set up properly, what does that actually involve? Is it something we do ourselves or do we need a partner? So for the default on features, I think your team can just go directly and explore them immediately after the upgrade. So a specific support or additional support is not needed there. But the thing is that turning on a feature and how it works well for your business is matters based on the setup. So Gen A bank matching tuned to a specific bank format and transaction pattern will outperform if you are using a generic details or detail setup. And like narrative insights also configured around your actual chart of account and subsidiaries and reporting structure. So if it is set up it correctly with the actual data, then the result will be different. So this is what exactly we are looking into. We have to consider set it up properly rather than just turn it on. Then only we can make it full use. Uh, Here we have another question. Is there any training available for our team on this new AI features? Yeah, so this is a commonly asked question. Is there any training or platform where we can do it trained? Basically, we need to go for the NetSuite Help Center and release note for the start as a starting point, and there are a lot of documentations are involved. We can refer it from there. In addition to that, we can also consider referring the LCS training courses. There we can find some specific modules regarding the analytics warehouse and also we can refer to that. Beyond that, what we can do is at Jobin and Jismi, we are happy to arrange tailored walkthrough our training session based on your team and based on your business scenarios. This feature is most powerful one, so make it worth. Yeah, the next question is, how does the intelligent close manager differ from just using saved search or dashboard portlet we are already have? Yeah, this is a good question. So the key difference is the AI layer on the top. So standard portlet saved searches show your data and they tell what it is there. But the intelligent clause manager goes a step further by actively interpreting the data. It highlight the trend, flag errors, and tell you what is most urgent and project what still need to be happen before the close. So likewise, it will provide more insights into the closing, and without going to depth, it will give you a it act as assistant, and it will help you to complete your job fast. Okay, so one more question is, we are based on India. Will a narrative insights actually work for us, or is it just for US? So this is an important one to clarify, because as per NetSuite official documentation, it says like it is currently available only in US and Canada. But however, it's from our testing, it identified that the demo account hosted in Mumbai data centers and are using the features working properly in those environments. So we have confirmed that it's working in India based environments as well. Anyway, but it's recommended to test it in your environment and confirm whether it works as expected. If not, you can directly contact the NetSuite support to get more clarity and confirmation. Okay, so here we have one more question. Will GenBank matching affect the rules we have already set up for the bank reconciliation? So the answer is no, because it won't override or remove your existing matching rules. So the bank matching works alongside your current rule. So it's like it supplement them by extracting richer data from bank transaction memo, payers or pay fields to create an additional matching logic. So your existing rules remain intact. In addition to that, this will work as an add-on, and it will provide more actual match. Another question is, can we control which users see the AI narrative insights? We might not want all users to have access. So the AI narrative insights appear on standard reports that are already accessible to a user. They are already access to those report and roles based on their role and permission. So if a user don't have access to the corresponding report, then they are not able to use it, or they are not allowed to get the narratives or the insights from the report. They are not have the access. So the existing control is based on the permission set up on the role. And other than that, there are no separate permission or toggle option to switch it off. Otherwise, we have to restrict the use of this narrative tool broadly in the account by using the admin access. In the company level, we can toggle it off, but it's not possible to turn on or off based on the users. So one more question, is the AI read our private data? Where is the data going when we generate a narrative? Okay, so this is a good question. Many of them are asking, and many of them have concern on it. But this is no need to worry about it, because it's a serious concern. But Oracle taking it seriously and doing the proper restriction for securing your data. So AI processing for in-platform feature like narrative insight uses Oracle on infrastructure. Your data does not leave Oracle environment or get shared with any third-party AI providers. Regarding the case of LLM connector, which optionally link with an external UI as based on our business need, like Cloud AI, Copilot, or some other tools. In that case, they are also working in a MCP control. So it's also working as a confidential protocol, and there will not be any data loss. So by default, there will not be any issues with the data. But still, if you are considering connecting the LLM, it's recommended to connect with the Oracle team to confirm its privacy. That's the recommended approach. The next question is, can we use the AI features on mobile, or is it only on desktop? The so the AI narrative insight and other in-platform AI features work through the NetSuite browser interface, which is accessible on a mobile device through the standard browser only. However, the experience on mobile may vary because the report views or portlet is better suited for the desktop screen and it is designed for that specifically. So the experience may differ, but still we can use. Yeah, I think we have covered almost the questions. So that brings us to the end of our Q&A session today. Thank you so much for your questions and yeah, Alin.
Yeah. So, thank you, Angel, for joining with me today and answering those questions in the Q&A session. So, yeah, so just want to give you our contact details. So, if you are in need of any sessions or implementations or want to know about how AI features works, you are happy to contact us. And we are just giving you the contact numbers and the email address for you to contact. Uh, and with that, we have come to the end of today's session. Thank you all for your time and for your questions and the engagement. So we truly appreciate the opportunity to walk you through the AI enhancements today. We hope that today we have could cover give you a clear picture on how NetSuite AI capabilities can simplify your operations, turning your complex data into actionable insights and support your scalable growth. So once again, if you have any follow-up questions or would like to explore how this could apply specifically to your business, our team at Jobin and Jismi would happy to connect with you all. And once again, thank you for joining us and have a great weekend. Thank you.